In today's video, I want to go over a dynamic warm-up for your lower body. So this is a great warm-up to do before you either exercise or before you go for a run or even play a sport. There's going to be 8 stretches I recommend you do. This should take less than about 5 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate each of the exercises and how you would do it. So the first dynamic stretch we're going to do for the lower body is going to be a forward leg swing. So what Renee is going to do, she's going to grab the dowel just for some stability. Again, you can use the wall or a chair, and all she's going to do is she's going to swing her right leg back and forth 10 times. So go ahead, Renee, just demonstrate what a forward leg swing looks like. And again, she's going to go through as far as range of motion as she can, what feels comfortable. And this is a great stretch because it stretches your quad. It also stretches your hamstring. So any kind of runner, you'll see a lot of runners will do this before they run. This is a great one to do. And that's a forward leg swing. And again, you want to do 10 repetitions on each leg. The second dynamic stretch we want to do before we do any kind of lower body exercise is going to be a lateral leg swing. So same thing, you want to hold on to a dowel, and with her right leg, she's going to swing her leg back and forth, but side to side. So she's going to go back and forth. Again, go through a range of motion that feels comfortable. You don't want to see your upper body tilt. That means you're going too far. So whatever your hip allows, we're going to go back and forth 10 times and then do the other leg 10 times. So the third dynamic stretch we want to do is 10 air squats. So Renee's going to stick her arms out in front, and then she's going to squat down as far as she feels comfortable. Legs are going to be a little bit further than shoulder width apart. And use the arms to counterbalance yourself to give you a little bit more stability. You can also hold on to a chair or countertop to go through this range of motion, whatever feels comfortable for you. Good, and you can relax. So air squats is going to be another dynamic stretch for your lower body. The next dynamic stretch we're going to do for the lower body is a forward and reverse lunge. What she's going to do is she's going to lunge forward, and then she's going to come back, and then she's going to reverse lunge. She's going to do that 10 times on each leg. So let's demonstrate what a forward and reverse lunge looks like. So she's going to step forward, come back up, and then she's going to go into a reverse lunge and come back up. And we're going to just keep going back and forth, doing 10 repetitions on each leg. And again, if one position, like say with a forward lunge, doesn't feel comfortable for your knees, you can just do reverse lunges. That's fine. That's going to be a little less stressful for your knees. But ideally, you want to go forward and back because that's going to work ankle range of motion, knee range of motion, hip, and put your muscles through a range of motion. So a forward and reverse lunge is a great dynamic stretch for your lower body. The next dynamic stretch for your lower body is going to be a lateral lunge. So what she's going to do, she's going to lunge to her right. She's going to either keep her arms close to her or arms out. And as you laterally lunge to the side, what you want to do is you want to keep your chest tall. A lot of times you'll see people will bend forward when they do this, and that will not give you the best stretch for a lateral lunge. So let's demonstrate your arm position. And in this situation, she's going arms out, and she's going to take a step to her right, lunge down, and this is going to be a great stretch for your inner thigh and then your IT band. And again, she's going to come back up. She's going to do 10 repetitions on each leg. The next dynamic stretch for your lower body is going to be a single leg deadlift. And with this, what you're going to need is a dowel or a chair to hold on to, or even an exercise piece of equipment in the gym. What we're going to do is we're going to hold on to the dowel, and what we're going to do is she's going to bring her left leg back, and she's going to bring her right arm in front. And what this is going to do, it's going to stretch her right hamstring. Good, come back up and go through another range of motion. And what you notice is her back is nice and straight as she's going through the range of motion. We don't want a lot of forward bend in this because that will defeat the purpose of the hip and the hamstring stretch. You want to imagine that upper body and leg are in a nice straight line. One cue you can do when you're going through this range of motion is imagine that left leg is trying to reach the wall behind you and try to touch that wall behind you. Perfect. And that's a great stretch right there. So a single leg deadlift is a great exercise. One thing you can also do with that, say that right arm, is you can take a kettlebell or a small weight and use that to give you more resistance. And that's a way to make the exercise difficult, but that's a great exercise for the lower body. The next dynamic stretch for your lower body is going to be a reach through for your mid back. Now this is also going to be important for your low back and then hips. So that's why we're doing this exercise, even though it's a lower body stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on our hands and knees. And if we're going to do her left side, what she's going to do is she's going to take her left arm and reach towards me. And she's going to feel a good stretch in that upper body, but it also works on these muscles in her lower body. Now go ahead and reach through with that left arm again. Perfect. And then the other, let's do the right arm. And what she's gonna do, she's gonna reach through and get that rotation in her upper body, and then that also works that pattern down into her low back and glutes. So that's the next exercise for a lower body warm-up, is a reach through. And that's a thoracic reach through, and again, 10 repetitions on each arm. The next dynamic exercise for your lower body is gonna be a bird dog. So the bird dog, what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend our left arm and reach with our right leg back. And essentially we're creating like a bird dog. And what's great about this exercise, not only does it warm up your lower body and your hips, but it also strengthens your core muscles, which are going to be important from an exercise standpoint. So Renee, what I want you to do, I want you to extend your left arm out, and then at the same time, extend your right leg back. Perfect. And come back in, and let's do that again. Perfect. And then do the other side. And what you notice is her back is nice and straight. She's not rounding her low back. She's also not going into too much of a curve in her low back. You want to imagine you could put a water bottle on your low back and it's not going to fall off. And again, 10 repetitions on each leg. And this is a great warm up for your lower body and your core. So those are 8 dynamic stretches for your lower body. And again, I would perform this before you work out, before you play a sport. This is a great way to warm up your lower body and to help prevent an injury.